Hello and welcome to Ed's Drafts. In this video I'm going to be doing an overview, so not a full review, just an overview of this Panasonic Lumix G7 4K capable camera. So it's a still camera as well as video recorder. Most of you, including myself, would be choosing it for the 4K capabilities. And by the way guys, if you want some sample footage, you're looking at it. I'm actually filming this entire video with Panasonic G7. I did film few videos on my channel already with this Panasonic G7, so if you look back in my history, anything that you can see 4K is filmed with exactly the same camera, just maybe a different lens. I believe I was using 14 to 140 millimeter Panasonic lens, but either way I'm filming at the moment with exactly the same model, so DMC G7 from Panasonic, and with the 14 to 42 kit lens. Now this is the kind of kit I would recommend to you, because as you see in the background there are two more things that I'll be talking about as an adapter and classic lenses that will make this camera really valuable proposition for those of you who want to do some videos, whether it's for YouTube, yourself, maybe start your career as a film producer or something like that. Whatever you're up to, this camera can deliver, and if you know how to use it, you will make quite good videos and it will be worth your while. So first things first, I'm going to open the box, show you what's inside, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the features. So inside the box, as you see, camera body, lens, charger with the charging lead, battery, and the USB cable. So let's start. Oh, by the way, and the neck strap as well. So let's have a look. Just in terms of models and things like that, so the charger, you see, is here. So it's Panasonic DEA80 Alpha 80, in case you need one or another one. That's just a cable for UK Ireland. Battery looks like so. Let's see if we can take it out without ripping the whole thing apart. Okay, so there's the battery, and the battery is model DMW BLC12E. So there you go, that's the model, in case you need to get a replacement battery. So put that to the side as well. Lens, I'm going to talk a little bit about the lens, why not? So it's well protected, and this particular lens is 14 to 42. And it's 3.5 f3.5 to f5.6 once it's zoomed in, and it's version 2 of this lens. The reason it's version 2 and how you can spot it, it's smaller, it's lighter, and it has a plastic mount, as you see. Now guys, in terms of plastic mount, unless you're really picky, I would just recommend you not to worry about that, because that's the least of your worries. It's a kit lens, it's inexpensive, it's very light, produces very sharp image, good value for money, comes in the kit anyway, so nothing to complain about there. I have no complaints about it anyway, and if to choose from metal or plastic mount is fine by me. And that's the sun hood, so basically mounts on like so, just to protect it from glare and things like that. So it's all there. Very nice that all these things are included. That's the USB cable, some sort of semi-proprietary format. I don't think I'll be using it at all, so forget about that. That's the strappy thingy, Lumix G. Nothing amazing there. And this is the camera itself. So let's just have a quick look overall. So there you go, Lumix G7. Obviously I'm going to talk about it a bit as well, but before I do, I want you to have a quick look around and just have a feel of it. So the camera itself, that's the front of the camera. So it's just a release for your lens. G there. Some symbols there as well. Illumination lamp and buttons. Now, we start from the top. So first here you have buttons from single, burst, 4K, and all sorts of other modes that I'm going to talk a little bit about later. That's your hot shoe, so you can remove that. Oh, There you go, it's easy enough to lose it. And in terms of flash, press the button here, opens up. So once again, front of the camera, and that's the flash unit. Okay, now over here we have all the different programs there, manual, shutter priority, aperture priority, and all that. And we have manual video mode, which is very important, at least to me. I'm going to talk about that later. That's, I think, just a custom menu, panorama, scenery, and artistic effects, fully automatic, things like that, on and off. Obviously, function button 1, which is really handy because, you know, you're holding the camera like this, so it's right there before you press the shutter. If you want to adjust something, you can program that. You can also use this as so, and as a secondary function for this wheel, you can press this and it gives you a secondary function. Now guys, I'm not going to go through all the functions, all the menus. I'm going to just talk the main things. So first I'm going to show you the body, then we're going to talk a little bit about why maybe you should choose this camera. So here we have autofocus and things like that, so whether it's manual, continuous, or single autofocus, so pretty standard. Function button once again, function button once again, and another function button. So it's 4 already, and here we have the 5th function button. Now I usually wouldn't touch this function button and maybe this, but I would like to program that, this one, and if needed to be, that one as well. So it's all possible, you can do all of that. Display button, things like that, menu buttons and whatnot, it's all there. And obviously you have the flippy tilty screen, looks like so, and it rotates 180 degrees and rotates back. And obviously you can put it like so, close it, and use it like that if you want. Now in terms of just the basic features, obviously this is the sensor for the eyepiece here. So it's electronic viewfinder, you can use that at your own will, and you can use this button to enable, disable it, or through the menu you can completely disable it, or use it so it's disabled when it's not used as a sensor as such, but once you set this, it will enable this, or the screen, or this, you know, it's up to you. On the bottom, we have a tripod mount, and we have just a place for camera and SD card. So just keep that in mind. If you have a wide tripod mount, obviously you need to remove off it before changing camera and SD card. So that's one of these things with this camera, but anyway, I can live with that. And this is the mic jack. There you go, and you can control pretty much anything you want with that. However, there's no headphone jack, but there's many workarounds around that. Now, let's talk a little bit about what it can do. Now guys, before I show you menus, I just want to quickly mention some of the features. So in terms of video, obviously you have 4K, 24 or 25 frames per second at 100 megabits per second, so that's pretty neat. 1080p also can do slow motion, so you can shoot at 50 frames per second or 28 megabits per second. You have a microphone in, as I showed you before, so you can control such things as levels, set the limiter on or off. You can switch on or off wind cut. Seems like standard features, but not all the cameras have it, so it's really handy to have something like that on such an expensive 4K capable camera. It has full manual control over your video, so focus, exposure, ISO. You can set ISO limits. You can also set highlights or shadows. You have the presets. Lots of features there. You also have obviously beacon, zebra, histogram, guideline, highlights. So very, very handy features, especially if you're interested into some serious cinematography, or starting, maybe I should say, serious cinematography. Has all full manual controls, all these little helpers that you can use. Also very nice feature, although it doesn't allow you to monitor focus with the external monitor like a HDMI out and things like that, you can still use Wi-Fi feature. And Wi-Fi feature, what that does allow you to do is download an application on an Android or iOS device, install it, and you can use it even while recording. So it's very handy and very important to note, while recording you can still use it. There's quite a few features available while you are recording, which is very, very big deal, and quite a lot of cameras don't have anything close to that. Also, another big feature is obviously, as I mentioned to you before, you can shoot without lens. So you can use something like, you know, these inexpensive adapters, Canon FD adapters, and use something like these beautiful 1.4 f1.4 Canon lenses. Obviously they all manual control and whatnot, but you can use them, and you can use basically any lens on the market that you can imagine via different adapters, and that's what makes this camera great, especially for those of you who are starting and who doesn't have much money to invest into camera, and especially lenses. So these are the video features. In terms of photo, obviously you have the standard things like 16 megapixel sensor. You can shoot RAW, JPEG, or you can shoot both. You have exposure settings such as bulb going to 1/4000 of the second, so that's pretty fast, and it's all there. Bulb, you can use that for obviously your star photography and things like that. ISO goes from 200 to 25,600. You have a new feature which is a 4K burst mode, so you can select it here on the top of the dial, and once you select it to 4K burst mode, what that allows you to do is literally quite like that, 4K burst mode. So you just hold this button, it takes a number of pictures in 4K, and you can choose your favorite picture. So it's really great feature, and it is there. And that's something that a lot of you would like to use, I'd say, especially if you're beginning with photography, because you can choose specific moment that you want in high resolution. And that's, if I'm not mistaken, 8 megapixels. So 8 megapixel pictures, basically, I think it's around 25 per second or something like that, ridiculously high. You have time-lapse and stop motion, which is really, really neat features. So obviously time-lapse, you can do your sunset, sunrise, weather and things like that if you want. Also set up near building site to see how things are built, whatever you're up to. Stop motion, you can use for the stop motion animation. It's very popular. Some people are into it, and this camera is already set for that. For time-lapse, you have start time, so whether you're going to do it now or a little bit later. You can set shooting interval, number of shots, how many shots you want to be taken in total. For stop motion, you can choose shooting interval, and that's about it. So loads of features, very handy camera in terms of video and photo capabilities. Everything is there, guys. From me, it's very high recommendation, and if you're thinking of buying something like Canon DSLR or I don't know, GH4, before you do that, stop over with this bad boy and just have a look at it. It's half the price of GH4. It's nearly the same price as Canon entry level, one of these Rebel or whatever it is, D700 or 700D, and it does way, way better than that, and nearly as good as Panasonic GH4. So for now, if you're still interested to see what the menus are like, I'm going to show them to you now. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and remember, this video was shot with exactly the same camera, exactly the same lens in 4K. So there you go, you have the real quality of this camera. Now let's have a look at the menus. Right, so in terms of menus, in video menus you have photo style, which you can choose. Now usually I go with something like maybe natural and choose these if you want, or you can go crazy and go towards the new styles, which is Cinelike D and Cinelike V, and use them if you want, up to you. Filter settings, I don't use really filters, it's all your artistic stuff. If you want, it's all there. Snap Movie, really handy feature. If you use that, basically what it does is you can set on or off and set how many seconds you want it for, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Basically what it does is it records a short movie, you focus on one object, you focus on another object, and when you're ready to shoot, you press the usual video record button, and it focuses on the objects you selected first, and after a couple of seconds it smoothly goes and graduates focus to another object. So that's your kind of, as it says there, pull focus. Obviously for that to be enabled, you need to X out of that, select one of the continuous or automatic focuses basically, and select then, set, and you have pull focus on 4 seconds, and then you can use it. I'm not going to show this in this particular video, but it's all there, guys, and you can use that to your heart's content. So now, recording format, MP4, AVC HD. I would use MP4 myself. If you want AVC HD, no problem at all. You can use 28 megabits per second, 50p, 1080p, and if you choose something like MP4, you can go to 4K, 24p, or 25p at 100 megabits per second. Really nice stuff, guys. What else? Exposure mode, obviously standard. Need to change that. So plenty of options there. Continuous autofocus, metering mode, things like that. Highlight shadow, very nice feature for videos, as I mentioned. So as you see, I can adjust highlights or shadows and get a little bit more details in my shot. All these I wouldn't really use. Luminance levels, so you have two options. One option is missing compared to GH4, but you have 16 to 255, so you're kind of halfway there. Digital zooms, things like that, I'm going to ignore. Silent operation, you can use that. So there you go, use touchscreen for use for silent operation. Microphone level display, which is really nice. Not all the cameras have it. If you choose it to have it on, let's see, display, there you go. Microphone levels are there, so you can monitor your own microphone levels, and if you have a microphone connected to microphone input, that would basically show the levels of that as well. And on top of that, you have level adjustments. So you see, you can do -6, even -12 if you want, or plus, up to you. I usually would use either -12 or -6. Level limiter, oh sorry, start screen. Level limiter on or off. So that's also handy if you, just in case, as an extra precaution, you didn't set something and or you forgot, and you get too loud audio, you can leave that as on, and that will save you a little bit. Wind noise cancellation, things like that. Photo style, we're back to normal. Now, one thing in here, shoot without lens. So very important, you have an on option, and then you can basically remove the existing lens and put on any other lens that you want, even if it's not supported. As long as you have this adapter that allows you to fit the lens, no problem at all. So as I mentioned to you before, Canon FD lens via inexpensive adapter, and you're all set. So let's see in the custom menus. There's 9 menus. I'm just gonna go quickly. So you have focus assist, you have beacon, histogram, everything, including a zebra pattern that you can even set. So very, very nice to have, especially if you're using something like this and you want assistance on manual focus and things like that. Constant preview. Now this is an important feature. If you're using this camera and for some reason the preview doesn't quite seem the same as if you are taking a picture or video, make sure you use constant preview on, and that simulates the moment basically when you would take a picture or video. So something that might be missed very, very quickly and might annoy you. You know, you're looking at something, you're ready to take a picture, the screen shows a beautiful shot, you take a shot and it's dark or too bright. Use constant preview and the camera will simulate the final result. So that's that. And you see plenty of options, guys, to get you started with everything you need, nearly the same as GH4. And also you have obviously Wi-Fi, so you can connect with Wi-Fi and select the function. So it's new connection, playback on TV, remote shooting, send images. Guys, this camera can do anything and everything you want pretty much. In terms of pictures, I'm just going to show you two things. So I'm going to skip the 4K. It's pretty self-explanatory. You press and hold the shutter button, you get tons of pictures and you go through them if you want to. So yeah, photo style, you have the same as per video. You have picture size, you can select. So even if it's a raw picture, you can still select like that. So that's pretty neat. And for quality, sorry, my mistake. You can select only if you have a JPEG, the size. If you have raw, you have a set, because obviously you're using the sensor, so it just requires full sensor. You cannot select the size. You can do it after on your computer after you shoot the picture. But that's that. So pretty standard, guys. But I'm gonna just go into something that is not too standard. So that's just 4K. So as you see, these are the modes. And then we're gonna go into time lapse and animation. Not all the cameras have it, and it's really, really nice feature to have. Although I've never done anything like that, I'm actually considering trying it because it's all there in the camera. You don't need any external accessories. There you go. Time lapse shot, start time now, or set the time. So as you see, hours and minutes. And you can go start time, and then you can go select now and choose interval. So how many minutes and seconds between the shots and how many images. So it's all there, guys. And we also obviously have stop motion animation. So auto shooting on, interval 10 seconds, whatever you want to set, up to 60 seconds, and just go with the stop motion animation. Very handy. That's pretty much it, guys, in terms of standard features and unusual features that I wanted to cover on this camera. I really won't be covering much more than that because, well, there's plenty of videos already on YouTube that you can watch and familiarize yourself with the camera and try it on and see how it works for you. But I wanted to show you the camera itself, what's in the box, the best features that I think are in this camera, and just say to you that it's highly recommended by myself. And if you want to dig a bit deeper into video production and learn a bit more, and maybe you are just a new starter to that, or just a hobbyist like myself, you can actually look at this video here. So you see video link down below. And I know, guys, it's advertised as $20 or around 19 euro. I did buy it, I did view it, and I can say it's very helpful video if you are starting with a G7, and I highly recommend you to buy it. Even if you use something like a Canon camera before and you might know most of the settings for video, have a look at this. It's not that much of money and it will save you in the long run. So I think it's highly recommended from myself anyway. And since I bought it, I viewed it, I can tell you that it's a great video, it's very helpful, and it will save you money. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, click the like button and subscribe. And as always, have a nice day.